morning, good morning, good morning. Today is another amazing Saturday morning with double hitter. Two amazing people going to tell you about their businesses, how they got there. You'll be able to reach out to them, and you will also be able to find out all the tips, tricks to also building your business as well as building your mindset to prepare yourself for your journey, for everything that you want to become in your life. So on the stage today, welcome Mr. Michael Elliott with Vegas, like vague ringtone. And also Mr. Donald Cunningham, who's a life insurance agent. He's going to come to you and give you his spiel, and they're going to let you know how they got there. So just introduce yourself, Michael, please.
I'm Michael Elliott, the vague ringtone.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been an entrepreneur for all my life, pretty much, and I've been just hustling and making things happen. I like to call it making magic. Make the magic work, and so I get out in the communities and do a few things to help other people, not only myself, but helping other people too. So my business is just to spread love and um, show gratitude to my people and just have a growth in what we do. And that's what the vague ringtone is all about: is growing and building relationships with one another. That's like so great and so strong that they can't be broken.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. Donald Cunningham, about the life insurance. So you can get your life in order so your family is
Absolutely.
going to be taken care of, and it's always about the family. Donald, introduce yourself. Give us a little bit about you.
Hey, what's going on, world? My name is Donald Cunningham. I'm definitely an entrepreneur. I've been a licensed insurance agent going on 5 years. I just seen a need based off just from my family and the experience that we did with dealing with that. So I seen the lack there. So I switched gears and took a journey from becoming a fireman into doing what I'm doing now. So it was a big move, big jump, big commitment, and I just felt that I can help more families doing this than doing that. Um, so, like I say, what I do, I mainly help families save, grow, and protect their assets. It's more than just about life insurance. We'll get into it more than that. It ain't about just debt insurance. I provide life insurance. And I share with that with more. Um, I'm married. Been married 26 years. I have 9 kids, 3 girls, 6 boys, and just full of life, man. I'm just passionate about helping families.
Nice, nice. Glad to hear. Definitely going to hit that firefighter because going from a firefighter going into life insurance is definitely a mindset shift that you got to have. And Michael, like being an entrepreneur, that's like your entire life. So that's completely is in a mindset itself. And a lot of people want to be entrepreneurs, especially since the pandemic. Everybody wants to be in business right now, but the bigger thing is understanding that there's a mindset to be an entrepreneur. You can't just jump in and say I'm an entrepreneur and make that work. It's going to work for you for about a year or so, and then you're going to start to slide because there's things about business that you just don't understand. What other types of businesses have you been involved in, Michael?
Well, some of the business that I've been involved in, I mean, from way back, I've been. Let me just say this, and I'm gonna put this out there: selling drugs is a business. And back in those days when we did that, I did that. And that was my business. And I treated it like a business. And every morning I got up to go do that. So those are things that I did back in the days. Once I got away from that and seen that that really wasn't, what I wanted to do, I opened up a cafe. My cafe was on the Las Vegas Boulevard. And running that business was challenging. But one of the things did was I stayed in until I got to the next platform to do something different. Yeah.
So cafe, right? So, wow, I'm like, yeah, and being a self entrepreneur and AKA hustler, because you're gonna have some hustles in there because you have
Absolutely.
to make things work. So, I'm gonna just throw this little tidbit out there. I've been in corporate America for like 20 years as a construction project manager. and now going into being an entrepreneur on this side of it and being a consultant and coach, it is a mind shift. Even though project management is about the closest job career that you will ever get to an entrepreneur because of all the many nuances of running a project like that. You have to wear multiple hats. It is busy. You got a lot going on. You have challenges on multiple projects, and you have to bounce with that. So I want to actually really go into that with you, Michael, too, a little bit. Just the many hats you have to wear, the many your mind is constantly shifting, and it's not just a one mindset or the thought that I can do this. It's not that. You really have to push yourself. There are days like getting up is your challenge that day. Like just getting up and wanting to do it is the challenge, right? I know with life insurance coming from a firefighter, that itself is like really different because life insurance, of course, it's your time and people want the freedom, but people don't understand that when you're an entrepreneur, you don't get that freedom up front. You get that freedom on the back end. That freedom doesn't come in the beginning. And if you switch careers or switch businesses or however you do it, that's another adjustment. Like that's a transition. That's not just, oh, I'm just going to go right to work. Now, that's why a lot of people wear 9 to 5s, because going to 9 to 5, and if you go from job to job to job to job, it's pretty much the same because you can kind of pick who you want to, work for with those hours. But as an entrepreneur, that's not the case. Donald, give us just a little bit about your transition from firefighter into life insurance.
It wasn't easy, but at the same time, my passion drove me to that mindset to where, okay, this is something that I'm going to do. I broke the news to my wife. She was like, "What?" She was shocked, but because it was just like a overnight shift in a sense. I would share the information that blew my mind, and the light bulb just went off, and I was like, "Wow, this is what I need to be doing." I guess if you say it was a vision, like it was like my calling, or I'm just that type of person. But like I said, mine just shifted and just let me know, okay, this is what I need to be doing for the rest of my career. And I took on that challenge and been doing it, 5 years now, going on 5 years, helping families, out there every day. Like my guy, Michael, man, I commend him from transitioning from what he did from the streets because that hustle, man, is, that would help, that would catapult him, you know what I'm saying, to do what you need to do because you already know how to hustle. So just putting it into a business aspect, that's amazing. Because I'm connected with a lot of individuals similar to, his experience. So, like I say, everybody from the streets, in a sense. They seen stuff, either they participated or they know some friends that participated. And so like me, all my friends that I grew up with, they participated. I tried it, but it just wasn't me, but I hung around with them. So I've seen it all, seen what they did, seen what they do. And it's been a journey, man. And I seen how God had his hand on me because out of all the guys that I hung out with, every last one end up with a felony. And so in my line of business, what I'm doing, I have to do a background check and certain things I can't have on, being licensed. So I seen how he just kept me and I didn't acquire no felony or I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing now, helping people with their funds, with their assets. So that's how I knew they're like, okay, cool. I mean, out of all the people I hung out with, everyone got a felony except me. So I was like, man, it's crazy to
Yeah,
be doing
it
this.
happens. It happens, right? Like, okay, Michael, going back to you, I want you to, like, your current business, Vague Ringtone. Tell us what type of business it is. I'm thinking like phone. I'm really like, is it communication? But give us that, and what is your role?
So actually, let me start it right here. With the Vague Ringtone, I was in Miami in 2015, 16, and I was living down there for a couple of months. So, of course, you're in Miami, you want to go to the beach, so I went out to the beach and I get to the beach and I'm out there by myself. It really wasn't real busy that day. You had a few people here and there. That was really just for me to think and to see about, what I wanted to do. And I've always traveled, and when I travel, I always represent North Las Vegas because that's the streets I ran, back in the days. So I'm wearing North Las Vegas everywhere I go. Um, when I get to New York, I was all at the basketball game on the front row, North Las Vegas. So I was like, I'm here, and people don't really know about North Las Vegas, but I'm gonna just throw Vegas out there. And how can I put Vegas out there? I got to thinking about ATL. I got to thinking about Cal, and Houston, HOU. So I was like, I'm gonna do an acronym for Vegas and just do the vague ringtone and make it also a ringtone for your phone. Um, I'm tired of hearing the iPhone chime. That doo, 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 doo. I'm so tired of hearing it. I wanted to put some real music behind it. And my guy Doc All the Beats and my guy Charlie Mack and myself, we all got together and we put together a track in between all of us and also my man Cool Verge too. So there's been like 4 different tracks. And but Doc All the Beats has the track that's the vague ringtone now. He's the guy that made the track. So I put it together, I put it out. The ringtone came out really good. And then from that point, it's the hustle, it's the sell, to get to buy, to get people interested in doing it. And in order to get people interested, you had to have some kind of advertisement to be able to sell your product. And what I did was I started wearing a T-shirt, and the T-shirt had the vague ringtone on it, and on the back of it, it had my song on there. It had a few other things on there, my email and stuff like that. So my website. So that shirt, you could scan the shirt, and the ringtone will pop up on your phone.
Oh,
So
nice.
my idea was to get everybody to download the vague ringtone for like almost like a safety zone of knowing who you are and what your culture is, what you believe in, how you believe black folks are supposed to be powerful and strong, and that I got your back like you should have my back. If I'm turned around looking this way, I shouldn't have to worry about you mugging me or doing anything. I know if your phone rings and you got that vague ringtone that you are somebody that's of good, you are somebody that's relevant in life to help build your community, to help build your family, and just to bring that structure together. So the vague ringtone has all of that in it, and it's also just back to just being a ringtone where you can download it from iTunes Store, and it'll be under Michael Elliott, and it's $1.29, which is not it's costing $1.29 just to have um, a life of freedom amongst your people is kind of what we're trying to bring out. Freedom amongst all of us. You know what I mean? So, and then we just had Juneteenth, and now the Fourth of July. Those type of things of all of the slave free and all everything. But now we just want to bring something new because what's in the past is in the past. We have to develop something free for us. And our sound can do it because there's so much in America, well, so much in the world, period, that you know anything is you can cling on to, and make it the best thing in the world and have people follow it.
Right, right, right. And that's really profound right now and needed. We have so many things going on in this world right now, and having a connection is what a lot of people are looking for, especially coming out of a pandemic and not really knowing and understanding where this pandemic is going to go with all these different variants of the COVID coming out, and understanding that we're not going to go back to life how it was. We're going to go back to life how we're making it. And that's
Absolutely.
a collective thought process. And as I've been doing my research and studies like every single week, the collective process, regardless of what nationality are you, where are you from, everybody is really trying to pull together and have some kind of collection. And then you have a whole nother side and group that are, and I'm not going to like call them the Karens or anything like that, but they're just kind of, you have another set of people going against the grain, and you have another set of people going with the grain. Right. I'm just going to put it like that. So having a connection is really good. What I do love about Donald with life insurance, and I always love bringing somebody with some type of insurance, life insurance, health insurance, because the insurance world, a lot of people don't understand, is you can actually get insurance and it will help your business. You can mainstream finances to your business to help fund your business. So I'm always going to bring y'all information about funding your business, because taking it out of your pocket and trying to create that revenue. It's going to be hard for a lot of startups. It's going to be hard, you know, even when you get down 5 years down the line and 10 years and something like pandemic hit again, you need to find accesses to money, and you need to find different streams of income to support your business during times of need. I know you're creating generational legacy for your kids and your grandkids. I just want to know, like, the life insurance piece, especially when it deals with business owners and how they can maximize and leverage the life insurance for their, not only for their families and homes, but also for their businesses.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, it's amazing how you can utilize life insurance, man. Like you said, it is not just for the families, but you can also make it for your business. Let's say you got two business partners, you can actually get insurance on each other. You know, key person insurance. That's a big one. Um, and that's one of the main things that I help, business owners, even to the point to where, let's not say it's just them. They can have access to life insurance to, man, for them, their kids, so many different ways you can utilize life insurance as a cash value where it grows cash. You can utilize that, man, and then the tax advantages. That's the biggest main thing dealing with what I do, what I specialize in, because it's two things that we all gonna have to deal with, as a person or a business owner, and that's taxes and debt. Two things we can't get away from, and we specialize in both of them. So, and that's how I utilize and help my clients. I let them know, show them how to utilize tax advantage products, and that's through life insurance. And a lot of people was never were aware of it, and it's something that not new, it's been around a while. So, and that's how just the wealthy and how the ultra wealthy utilize life insurance, so,
Right.
and it's a huge benefit. Anybody can actually have access to this,
Right.
the
And
average person, man. So, and that's what I try to break it down to and show them that the average person can actually generate wealth through life insurance.
it's
Yeah.
it's big. I want to get the information out there because everybody knows this. My whole podcast is about information and inspiration. Only inspire you. You're able to do whatever it is you want to do. There's no way that you're going to say that this is the only life I live. Michael is like the prime, like just the goat. I'm just gonna call him the goat. Because when you've never had to work for somebody and you're out there grinding and you are making a success in your life, you're being
Hmm.
successful. That's you are the greatest of all time when it comes to being an entrepreneur, because you're going to go through multifaceted moments of transitioning.
Hmm.
But then when you find your niche and you actually get in your groove, sky's the limit. And I tell a lot of people, I know that everybody wants to separate the world of street life to corporate, or however, corporate America. Look, I've been in on both sides of the track. I haven't been deep in the game like that. However, I've seen a lot of people. I knew a lot of people from school and just people that I was around. This that is a mindset, you guys. Like, when you're out there, you're just hustling. That's a mindset that is transferable into business, and that is a business mindset, and it's a skill and let's say experience that not everybody's going to have as a business owner, for one, but for two, it's going to make you a goat in business when you come over
Hmm.
to that other side, because you're going to be more resilient. There's going to be things that you're able to overcome because of all of the things that you've had to endure, and going and leading into that, what has helped you stay grounded, Michael? Because I know that that's a lot, and you can get really stressed out, frustrated, irritated, and doing some things that are not in alignment with where you want to go, and you gotta stay grounded.
Well, playing chess kind of helps me stay grounded. Um, and when I say that is, I could play chess for 20 hours straight because I love the game so much, because you're using your mind and you're strategizing every move. And that kind of takes me out of the life of chess onto the board of chess,
Yes.
and I kind of stay in the same frame, the mind frame, but it kind of gets me away, and it works my mind. It kind of gets me away from everything else, and it's like so great to be able to relax, have fun, and use your mind. Relax, have fun, and use your mind. And So it's been great. That's kind of how, staying grounded. Um, my lady, she was my wife once before we got divorced, and then we got back together. So we're together now, but she helps me stay grounded. Just being here, you know what I mean. That's and of course I didn't mention earlier, but I have 7 boys and 4 grandkids. So one of the things is just kind of my activity for myself is playing chess, and I'm real competitive. I'm super competitive, so I just do things to be competitive in order to stay grounded. Then I get back out to the world, and
I
then
could tell because you have such a serious face. I'm like, okay, I say he is. You know
well,
what?
yeah,
You can look. I do color codes too, right? And
right,
corporate America does that because they want to be able to identify what personality you are and how they need to approach you. MGM is really big on that. I worked for MGM for years. MGM is definitely very big on that on the leadership side, and they would say you're a red. And red being basically they don't laugh a lot. They're very serious, but they are more likely to be bosses and entrepreneurs because of their attention to detail, and they're very serious and forward focused. They're ready to go. They're ready to attack it. They're ready to get it going. Um, Donald, you're more on the softer side of a blue, so you're more caring, and that's where you get the firefighter. You want to help people. You get that drive of wanting to be out there to assist and be nurturing to somebody's life and to get back to them on another level, which is really cool because both are very dynamic people when it comes to that, because it creates a balance, especially when you're going with business partners. You have people that you're working with. That creates a balance between somebody who is very, very serious and is more likely why your wife is helps you stay grounded because she's more of a nurturer where you're more just driven, and that helps you balance yourself to bring back your mindset into alignment to where you're going to go, right? So um, man, what is the best advice that you received and has helped you develop personality and professionally? So like what's the best advice you could give to somebody just personally is in their just regular life, and then also professionally? And I'm actually asking both of you that question, but Michael, you go ahead, and I want you to run it, and then Donald, I want you to go right behind him, and then just take it and let me know too.
the best advice that I can give anybody that's doing business right now or trying to up and come and do a great, powerful business is you don't have any friends, and if you do have friends, pick the right ones, because I can go around you and see your company until if you're going to be successful, until if you're going somewhere or if you're busy. So if you're not around the right people, it they're going to tear you down and it's not going to work. You have to be around business minded people. You have to be around somebody that's helping, um, not because that they want something, it's because they want to see the project work. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the advice I would give.
And Donald?
Okay, for his business, man, I'm ride Michael coattail. First thing, someone when I started my business, the first thing they told me to do is get a mentor. Get a mentor. Get someone. Uh, get connected with someone that's going there. Oh man. Oh my goodness. No, my tablet ain't finna go dead. But get somebody at a position where you're trying to get to. Within the business that you're in. Get a mentor. Someone personally. Be consistent. I got a friend of mine. They always say, "Man, you need to be consistent. Be consistent." Yeah.
And you hear that a lot, right? I say that a lot on this show. Consistency is key. You can start doing something, you see something works, and once you see it work, I'm big on systems. And when you're talking about systems, you're talking about your processes, and they call them in corporate America SOPs, standard operating procedures. How do you operate, and what is the plan that you have? How will, when you bring on a new employee or intern or however you have it, when you need that extra help, how will they know what to do and be consistent with how you did it? And a lot of people want to go into business and they want to run everything themselves, and they want to do it themselves because they're like, well, people can't do it like I can do it, then that's when you go back into yourself and you figure out how you're doing it, write your procedures down, so when somebody comes behind you, they can be your mini entrepreneur, which they call an entrepreneur. They're there for you to help you run your business. If you're able to give somebody your vision and help them see where you're going and what you're doing, and you can reiterate that and let them know, they will do exactly what you're doing. I mean, we learn from school how to memorize what we're doing to be the best at whatever it is that we're doing at that moment. So if you're able to train somebody, training is so big. And
Yeah.
not only that, but going back to what they said about around you, you can have the most amazing idea ever for business, and that one person changes your concept of your vision because of something they said, because they don't believe, one, in themselves, and two, in you. Because if they truly believed in you, they would not go against anything that you're saying. They're going to be for you, they're going to be supportive, they're going to make sure that even if it does fail or it succeeds, they want to be right there with you, supporting you all the way. Those are the people you need in your corner. And Michael, like Michael said, and I'm gonna take it even a step further, being by yourself is probably the greatest liberated thing that you can ever do. Because if you don't know who you are, what you're capable of, and if you can't identify the love for yourself you have in you, there is nothing that you're going to be able to go out there and do except chase money. Not make money, chase money. You can't make money, you don't work in the press. Stop saying I gotta go make some money. You don't make money, you don't create the money. You um, pull the money towards you. You want to create a vibration inside of you, which is from loving yourself and wanting to serve others in a greater good beyond just you. And when you do that, the money's going to come. It's an attraction. The money's going to come. Don't worry about that. It's going to come. You just need to make sure that you're in alignment, you're focused, and you have the right people around you, because that'll destroy you. So, like, I want to go to, how do you get back to the community? I want to know, like, I know you said that you have vague tone, and it's a connector. Like, if I was walking down the street and I wanted to be, just connected, besides looking at somebody's shirt, if I hear the ringtone, like, is there something in there that I'll know, like, hey, this is what it is? How would I get educated about it?
Well, there's a website you can go to, and the website is thevagueringtone.club. TTHEV as in Vegas, EG, ringtone at or ringtone.club, CLUB. So one of the things is the sound is just it's when it first comes on, it's an earthly sound. You hear this like if the sun is about to rise, you know what I mean? And then it has a tribal beat, like we are tribal people, and we are a tribe, and we're coming together, and we moving in one pack. We moving like the Japanese do when they get off the bus. Like how when they get off the bus, they all move in one pack. That's how we gonna be moving. So that's what the whole thing is. Is to move in the pack, move together, move as a group, move as one unit, strength, power, and continuing to roll over and roll and roll and roll. You understand what that means? That's to continue to keep moving and being prosperous in your business and just staying focused.
Right, right. And Donald, I
Absolutely.
know you're giving back and helping people understand insurance. How will I be educated if I'm walking and I'm out and I have no clue on where I should even start? Like, are you out there? Are you doing the flyers? Like, what are you doing out there in the community to also give back, so we'll know, the
Yeah.
exposure?
Well, definitely, I'm in multiple groups. I try to get it out for social media because that's where, I guess that's the new thing, social media. Because I'm like a type of person that sit down with you and educate you. So first and foremost, I educate first before I even provide any type of service, so that they have a total understanding. Because it's like I remember when I first started, it's like saying life insurance, man. It's like a bad, like I cut somebody out or something. So I learned to maneuver, how you can actually have where your life insurance can actually be life insurance, instead of death insurance. So I break that down. I'm on Facebook a lot. You Google my name. I'm on all the social media platforms. You know, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter sometimes. You know, so and like I say, I just advertise. Even if when I sit down, I'll spark a conversation on what I do. You know, I share how I actually help families. You know, like you said earlier, it ain't about the money, but if you do it right, the money gonna come. You know, I would share that. Uh, did you make any money this week? And I'll be like, no. Okay, well then you didn't help nobody. You know, in order for me to get compensated, I have to help somebody. Type of thing. So, and that's what I focus on, helping families. You know, the money will come.
So this is
Yeah.
something that really seriously intrigued me, Michael. And I love that you use this word, mindfulness, like your mindset. So, and this is big for me. I'm everybody knows like the coach consultant I am is about personal development, mindfulness, and self awareness. Because for me, those are your foundations. Because once you identify who you are, what you're about, why you here, and you start getting closer to who you are spiritually, you actually start identifying your purpose. You start identifying your alignment with where you're supposed to go. You start to feel, and I know a lot of people they look at me like, what? Especially men. But I love that you said it because a lot of men don't feel the energy. And that feeling in the energy is the secret. Like, I know y'all, if you ever read the book, The Secret, it says the feeling is the secret. That
Well,
is
I
the
didn't see the
secret.
book. I seen the movie.
Yeah, and the movie is just as
Right,
good, right?
right.
But yeah, tell me your mindfulness. I'm like, I'm so excited about this, and especially coming from a man. I'm like, give it to me.
Just um, constantly in my mind, I'm building. So I'm growing, even if I'm not putting it on paper, but I'm installing it in my brain. My mindset is to um, bring along um, a change along with strength, uh, and just I don't know if you know, but I do chess for the youth. I teach youth. I also play with the adults, but I teach the youth. I got like three different sessions with three different groups of families that I teach chess. Um, so I wanted to add that in there also. But to have the mindset, you have to um, every day know what you want to do. Your hustle have to be get up and move. I mean, like I'm up at 4:30 some mornings and I'm on the laptop or on my iPad or on the phone and I'm just working. And I'm not on Facebook, I'm not on Instagram, I'm on my email, I'm sending out emails, I'm getting people interested in what I'm doing. I'm talking to companies, I'm talking to businesses, I'm talking to people in Africa. I'm just constantly spreading me. And then mindset, you have to get up and every day you have to know that one thing. At the end of the day, you have to make it home safe. That's the first thing. You have to make it home safe. But while you out there, that mindset, you have to travel to um, all different kinds of arenas just so that you can get information that you want. You may have to be in an arena with um, the basketball crew, or you may have to be in an arena with the politicians, but wherever you need to be at to spread what you're doing and to get people informed and to get their mindsets on the same mindset you on, you have to show them and you have to be so consistent, like Donald said earlier, the consistency of being every minute that you're in an event, you want to be that person that everybody's talking about in the room or who you need to go to. So you want to walk out with the mindset that I am the king. I am that lion in the jungle. And when I come out, people going to roar around me and we're going to grow. We're going to build. I got the lion got the pack of lions and everybody rolling together. So you in the mindset you want to have that strength to be able to know that you are the king of jungle. You know what I mean?
Yes, and that comes from affirmations, y'all. You know, like there's a couple shows I've had. I talk about my mirror work. When you wake up in the morning, as soon as you get out that shower, stand in front of the mirror in your naturalness and love on yourself with words that are going to empower and inspire you, but mainly You have to believe the words that are coming out of your mouth. You will not understand how many people will say affirmations all day long, and they're hoping that these affirmations got some kind of magical, genie power or pixie power, and they're going to sprinkle over your life and you're magically going to be that. No, it takes you to believe in yourself. But how you believe in yourself? You love on yourself. Look at yourself in that mirror and tell yourself how much you love you, what you love about you. Push yourself, get into who you are, and that will just resonate with everybody around you. Because when you're doing it, when you're exposing yourself to a lot of people, you have to expose your vision, not only through your words, but also through your actions, through the things that you do, the things you have, the things you see, the way you carry yourself, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you dress. That is huge. That is a presence. That's what they talk about in corporate America. You heard it in there. What is your presence? Your presence have to be strong. Your presence have to be
Really
so
quick,
strong.
I want to share this small story. I took 11 kids from the projects, kids that um, are not manageable. Um, Pendletons, sagging pants, shoestrings. I took these kids into I fixed them up the best I could, but I took them into a chess tournament, it was a huge chess tournament. It was probably over 30,000 people in the tournament from all over the world, and it was at the Tropicana. I took those kids in there, and in the room of chess, everything is like you can hear a pin drop. That's how quiet it is. And I took 11 kids in there. So this white dude see me traveling with the kids, we walking all through there, and they walking right behind me. And we looking at the games, and they being manable. The white dude walks up to me and he says, "You're a brave man," you know. And he said that because your appearance and the way you present yourself, even though that the kids wasn't dressed apart, their attitude that I gave them, that they presented, was acceptable. And anybody else, they probably would have been running through the room and flying around and just doing anything they want to do. But they had so much respect for what they learned from me that when they got in that room, their mannerism, they showed that they were richer than what they looked. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And it's a presence, right? Donald, how do you own like your life insurance? Like how would I go about getting that life insurance? So because I want to go out and I want to, let's say, market my business. I want more exposure in my company and my business. Like how would I leverage, life insurance to be able to do the things that I needed to do?
Um, well, that's pretty good question. So there's something that we call, one of the things that are special is something called IUL, and it's a index universal life policy, and it's a permanent policy that accumulate cash within it, based from your premiums and from the interest rate what you get credited to your policy each year. Um, that's one of the powerful, man. It's so powerful because anybody can inquire this. You know, so let's just say, if you're born after 15 days, a kid was born, they can inquire this. So, and you utilize it. You can be the sole owner of it. As it accumulate cash, you have access to that. So, and this is one of the big things that uh, what I educate on, because it's one of the easiest tools that anybody can utilize to generate wealth. I mean, like wealth, and it's pretty cool. And it comes with benefits that's attached to it, something like living benefits. All this wrapped around in one life insurance policy. Living benefits is something that you can actually utilize if you get ill in the middle. So it's something that pays you if you die, if you pass away premature, you get it tax free. If you get sick in the middle, you can celebrate your policy tax free. And if, of course, you start pulling money out at retirement age, or whatever age you choose to retire, because there's no limit, you can start receiving uh, deductions from your policy tax free. And so this is something that I educate on real big because it's like I said, it's powerful. It's way, it's like what we call an alternative for a 401k. Everybody know a 401k, but I share the difference between the two, um, and the big benefits that you can acquire just by having one of these in place. Um, Same money that you're putting in, but more benefits. And you have access to your cash, as it accumulate before 59 and a half. So that's a big thing. I specialize in like, tax-free retirements, to get you set up. And how I do that is simple. I have them fill out a questionnaire, like a client needs analysis form, 1 page,
Right.
basic information, find out what you have, and then let you know that if I can assist you or help you, fine. If what you have already is in play, is pretty good, then congratulations. You one of the few. So that's how I actually have families. The
And
main
see,
thing.
and a lot of people
Yeah,
don't understand. They think like it's life insurance. It's
yeah,
not just life insurance, and it's
hmm
not just for your life and your family to get some money if you pass away, and now they're able to bury you versus having car washes and
yeah,
donations and doing things like that, or running a cash app and all these many creative things that people put out there. It's not about that. It's about being proactive and getting them mindset
hmm
of this is an investment for my future in case I'm not able to financially handle it. And
hmm
now that everybody has gone through the pandemic globally, it's an understanding. And I say that globally because this show does air globally, but I say that because you want to understand and identify, and that's your identifying feature, that hey, we just all went through something that a lot
yeah,
of us were not prepared for. How did it pan out for you? Were you able to keep your job? Did you get furloughed? Did were able to go back later? Did you get laid off and now you got to figure something else out again and start over again? And everybody look at well, how my 401k and it's building in that, but a lot of people that I've talked to have drained and had to pull from their 401k at this time right now, and now you're down to zero again. Like a lot
yeah,
of people are down to zero, you're down to nothing, and we're at ground zero. We're working our way back up again, and that's a mindset again to that. There's a lot of people who have lost so much during this pandemic. It was a lot. I don't even want to go into the gory part of the pandemic, but it was just a lot of things happening, from people losing their lives, losing families, and it's really hard to understand that this person is now not here, and you still have to move on. The bill collector, you can't call them up and say
no,
your mortgage company, you can't call them and say, hey, I just had this situation, give me a few months and I'll get back to you. It doesn't work like that.
no.
They're not getting
I
ready to
wish.
be generous with their time and allow you to use your power and your gas and your water. And no, you still have to live. And
Yeah,
even when you're here and you're living and you got ill, or you just got into a situation where you can't do it for yourself and you need some money, and you're not trying to look at Aflac, but you need something like Aflac, because that's the
yeah,
first company that actually came out talking about how you can use insurance money in a different way for personal needs.
hmm
So it's not just them. This is not, you don't have to go just to Aflac. You can go to multiple insurance companies and get
yep,
the same thing, but you want that backing. I'm a plan B person. When I'm planning stuff, I have a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, and that comes from being out, in the world and having to see that this didn't work and now you have nothing to fall back on. Now you're stuck, right? No, you need to have multiple things to fall back on, and it's a mindset to that. It really is.
yeah,
And I know you gave us like your earliest, you know, thoughts and premonitions and how you got started in the game, and where you are right now. I know you had a cafe, and now you're doing the Veg Green Tone, and you're also chess, and I think chess is amazing. My father played chess, and you got to understand that the way that politics and the policies are strategized, it's through the game of chess. It's through how you strategize to win and get that king, bypassing the queen and the rooks and the pawns, and getting that king to win. It's about dominating. That is what chess is about, is dominating. And if you can't dominate in what you're doing, starting with your mindset to dominate in your business and actually learn how to get information like insurances and different types of policies to help support your business, it's going to be a hard little chunk. I mean, I even told people, like I did for a forex, stock. I did the forex a lot last year. Learned a lot, did a lot. I even still give people advice on that. I don't charge for anything like that, but I just give people advice because I can see it intuitively and I can feel which one to go in. And like my nephew stays in touch with me and he's doing like amazing. And it's like, Des, why are you not doing it? It's because my focus is on building my business. It's not really on that. However, you can use forex as another means to put money in there and do certain things to support the business. Forex, stocks, all of these things support your business. Know where the money is. Like I tell people, I follow the money. I'm looking for that energy flow. How can I feel that flow? You're not connected to self. You're not going to feel it anyway.
That's
but
right.
How did you stay connected, Michael? How did you stay like right there and find your flows?
Being around good people and being around good people kind of connected me. Even like I haven't mentioned Soulfully Scented, which is located 1210 West Orange. That's a store that we're partners in, and that's one of the stores that we run here in Las Vegas. So just staying connected with people um, that see um, avenues and opportunity, and people that they could put in place for those opportunities to make things work. So that's how it um, getting, like I said about the arenas. You never know which arena needs you. You know, and if your business can flow into everybody's, like insurance, it could, everybody needs insurance.
Right.
If you're in 10 different arenas and you meet it's 500 in the room of all 10, and you meet 10 people, that's strong. You know, that's really strong. So those are one of the things, and that's kind of how I get out, and I just kind of keep my networking popping and keeping it fresh. Um, there's something happening today, and it's very important. And there's some people that's going to be there that could help grow my business or put me in a position to make my business better. I'm there. I
Yes.
don't care if it's in California, Arizona. I'm there. I like to say this back in the music days. I did the music thing too. Back in the music days, we would hear about Dr. Dre or Easy E. Somebody, they're going to be at this place. We were right there. You know what I mean? I've been sitting in writing Virgin Records, with Janet Jackson passing through, write autographs and things like that. So you have to get there. When you hear about it and you get that inside information, be there. Be
Yes.
there.
Be present.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
be. Then not just be there. You have to be prepared that if somebody give you any kind of offer or opportunity, that you are, I'm here. I got it. Here you go. Whatever you want, I'm here. I got it. You know, and even more. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
and
that's
I'm gonna go
powerful.
right into this.
That's
This
powerful.
is how you create opportunities. People say, "Well, I don't know if this is the right opportunity." That means you're not ready.
That
Just
means you're
straight
not
up.
ready.
If you have to think about it, you're not ready because the opportunity, you're looking for the opportunity, and then as you're looking for the opportunity, you're going in there through your affirmations and mirror work and asking for the opportunity. And the biggest thing you could ever do to get those opportunities, you could create opportunities from your energies and how you're thinking. When you want something so bad and that is what you're thinking, you're sleeping, as soon as you wake up, you're thinking about that. As soon as you go to bed, you're thinking about that. Majority of your day, 80% of your day, you're thinking about that. It comes from networking and collaborations. And I don't know why people feel a little weird, and collaborating is starting to get more popular. And
Hmm.
I've had to, I even tried, collaborating with, like you said, certain people, and you don't have the right people around you at the beginning of the year. It wasn't the right fit. Right. So I had to let it go, and then I had to say, what did I do wrong? How did I contribute to that not working? It wasn't about the people around me not doing what they were supposed to do, but what was my contribution to my life of why this did not work and that opportunity did not, come to full fruition and manifestation in my life. It's you. It's never always everybody else. They're going to be who they are. You can't change that. You can't modify that. Leave it alone. Stop wasting your time in things that you can't change. But look at self first. And I always look at me first. When anything doesn't go wrong, I'm like, what did I do wrong? What can I do better? There's something I'm missing and I'm lacking to make that this network and this commitment, this collaboration not pan out. I wasn't ready. I didn't research right. I didn't vet out the right people. The energies were wrong, and things just, instead of meshing and blending, it actually just bumped heads and bounced back, and it pulled apart, like a magnet. But
Right.
Donald, I really want to,
Yeah.
I want you just to add yours in there. Like, how
Yeah.
do you find your opportunities? How do you go out there? Because
Man.
it's not just about exposure. Like Michael said, you can go there, you can be there, and you can be present and like, oh, I'm in the right place. But
Yeah.
if you ain't ready,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love how Tiffany Haddish says it. She ready.
Yeah.
She talking about she's ready. And when she says she's ready, it's not like I'm ready to go on stage and it's just a good, slogan to have. No, she means that she's now elevated to a point in her life that she's ready for everything coming to her.
Yeah.
And she's preparing to make sure that when she gets there and she arrives to that destination of opportunity, it's winning. She's not living that. She's not taking no L's. She's winning.
That's
Because
it.
you are collaborating with the right people. You have the right energies around you. Like Michael said, it's your circle. They're giving you information. You got people who are looking for what you're looking for that is in your close circle. So when they hear about it, they're coming to you. Hey, they're DMing you, texting you, emailing you, calling you. Hey, I saw this. This is going on over here. This is going on over there. For me, I'm like that. I'm like that goat in that. Like information just finds me.
Yeah.
And through my attraction, information finds me and it pops up and I'm like, oh, hey, and I'm calling people. Did you see this? Or did you hear about this? Look about this. Because they know I'm researching. I'm always I'm researching, I'm reading. I wake up and I read Bloomberg and CNN every single morning. That's how I start my morning. I don't even get out the bed. I grab my phone, turn my alarm off if I make it to the alarm, because that's time I'm waking up before the alarm. But I'm grabbing and I'm looking at these, I signed up for that. I'm looking, okay, so what does Bloomberg say today? Because they got the business. What is CNN saying today? Because they got the business. They're telling you what's going on in the world. So then I just lay there and I'm like, okay, so these are the opportunities I need to create. This is what I want to happen in my day to day. And then I tell my day what's about to happen and what opportunities are coming up. And then I search for them, not looking like, oh, I'm going to find it. No, I'm searching for them energetically so it can come to me so I can go do what I got to go do, because exposure is big, networking is big, collaboration is big, and researching is big. And if you're not out there looking for your opportunities and creating them opportunities and you're not ready for them, you can forget it. And as a coach, if I don't have a coaching packet ready, I don't have my content. If you look at my personal page, I have a lot of content on there. I have content. I have just exposure where people are now seeing me, where I didn't do that before, because I was like, I was in many relationships, and now it's like, you know what? Let me shed and get rid of everything and be by myself. Like Michael said earlier, it took me being by myself, centering myself and saying, I need to create these opportunities. How do I do that? I need exposure. How do I get that? You got platforms, girl. Use them. You got YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Good goodness, it's so many platforms out there. And then you even have now what's the new one? I'm trying to think of it, but it's audio. Clubhouse. You have Clubhouse. You have so many platforms that you can get exposure on. Just don't get lost in a platform, because you could spend hours in there. If you have the right business mind and the mindset, you are looking for something particular and specific, and you're going just for that. If you don't get it, you're off. You're going to the next thing. You have to be able to move and be able to say, okay, I got what I needed from here, next. And now how can I utilize this information? Don't just go on there and listen for 2 hours and then get nothing out of it, because you just wasted 2 hours of your life. You can't get time back.
No.
You can't. You can always get money back. You know what I'm saying? But you can't get time back. You know what I'm saying? And when you get money coming in and it's flowing to you, it's going to keep on flowing. But that time is gone. Yeah. So Donald, give me,
Man,
I know.
You said it all. But
I feel you. Go ahead.
Yeah, but my tab is shut off. My apologies. But how I do is one of the things when I wake up, I always say a quote, and it say, "Success woke me up this morning. Motivation fed me breakfast. Destiny gave me my agenda, and the Lord gave me His blessing." So what I do is I put myself in situations that I normally wouldn't put myself in. You know, I had to step out of my comfort zone. I entered a speaking competition uh, early this year, and it's way out of my comfort zone. And because I showed up, it's a gentleman that was there. He said the opportunity is in the show up, and just because I showed up, I met some amazing people. Now I'm sitting down with a guy, you know, thinking about I if I wouldn't have went to that competition, I wouldn't have met this gentleman. I wouldn't even be sitting here thinking about writing a book, you know. And it's crazy, man. But I connected with a lot of individuals there,
Right.
and just getting out your comfort zone, you know,
And a
and
good way
just
to do
meeting
that,
people.
yeah, a good way to do that, and I'm gonna throw this out there. Toastmasters,
Yeah,
not because I'm the president of the Toastmaster group, but because it is an amazing opportunity. This is one thing that I did at the end of last year. I started doing pop-ups and renting out Airbnbs, and I was finding a lot of startup, businesses. And like I told them, I would coach them through and tell them, if you don't get out there and you don't make your presence known for your
yeah,
business, because you are your brand and the face of your business, you are
yeah,
not going to be heard. Sorry, it's not going to happen for you. Toastmasters is amazing because you have to go speak, you have to learn how to speak. People are giving you
yeah,
feedback. They're letting you know like how you can be better, because when you're out there articulating your business to a possible investor or to somebody who you don't even know is an investor, you just ran up on the opportunity not knowing that this is an investor standing in front of you, and you're not articulating your vision correctly, you just lost your opportunity. But this one, you don't even know you're lost.
yeah,
Or even you're showing up these networking events and you're doing so many different things. You need to be prepared. But it's not just like, well, I can talk to people. Yeah, you can talk to people you're comfortable with, but can you talk to people you are
yeah,
not comfortable with? That's the question. Can you
yeah,
go and show up and show out in an uncomfortable situation and still shine and still do that? Toastmasters help you do that. It helps you get there because it helps you break.
mhm,
Like Donald said, it got him out of his comfort zone. Toastmasters is great for getting outside of your comfort zone, speaking to people, pushing your business, because they're going to push your business too. You're
yeah,
around like-minded people about business and want to see you succeed. You can gain so much traction for your business through Toastmasters. You can gain so much knowledge and insight about yourself and how you speak and how you articulate yourself. And I've been speaking since I was 10 years old, from the 4-H club all the way up to now. So when I get on stage, give me a mic, give me a camera,
yeah,
Desiree shining, because it just does something to me and it gives me this vibe, and I'm vibing with it. Like, I don't care. Like, let's get it. But then when you feel that vibe and you feel that energy, you know you're in the right place for your purpose. You know that this is the right thing for you to be doing. Don't question yourself.
yeah,
Don't hesitate. And if you're questioning yourself, it's because, like Michael said earlier, your mindset is not right. Go work on you. Go
yeah,
give yourself the knowledge and information and insight that you need so you can be confident. Your confidence, when they say, have faith, let me put this out there. Your faith is not in a higher spirit being that you can't see. God is asking you to have faith. God, if you don't believe it, however there is something higher than you and bigger than you, regardless of what you believe and you don't believe. This energy and source requires you to have courage in you to do what you know you need to do. Now, I know Bob Proctor talks about this all the time. There's three
yeah,
parts. You have subconscious, conscious, and body. But when you're in elevation mode, it's knowledge and intuition and instinct. You have to know what you're feeling, when to move by inspired action, and do what you're led to do. We use a lot of cute words, and people like, oh, get out of my own way. If you don't, it sounds good, but there's so many people who say it and don't even understand what it means.
yeah,
And please, people, stop going on people's social media posts and disputing what they're saying. Stop disputing. That is a waste of time. Everybody is correct in their vision, how they see it, their definition for it. It works for them. Just because you see it differently does not mean they're wrong. It just means they're different. If you tried it, it may work for you. Expand your mindset. I'm big on opening up my mindset. I don't care. If I'm sitting up there looking, I'm like, now I'm quick to tell somebody, I don't understand what you just said or what you just did. Break it down because I want to understand. I want to overstand. I want to feel you. So you gotta articulate that. Make it known, make your presence known. Both of you have amazing presence. Even through this video, so I know that personally in business, your presence is strong. How do you keep that presence strong? Not just mindset, or mindfulness. Michael, I'm going right back to you because you have a very strong presence. I want to, and most of it is spiritual and it's just natural. You can't teach that, right? It just is what it is, but you can connect to that. How do you stay connected to your strength?
Just stay around. I mean, just staying around the people that has a great interest for you and they want to see you successful. Um, just keeping myself away from the non-believers, keeping them at a distance. It's okay to speak to some people and maybe be in a room with them, but it doesn't have to last a long time. In order to stay grounded, you have to, like, if you're in the parties and you club and you're drinking and you're doing all that, you're not really grounded because you're not on your business. You have to stay focused. Um, there's times that, well, in the past, I was sitting in someone's house playing dominoes for hours and hours and hours. Some years back, and I asked myself, "What are you doing? You spending all this time?" So, in order to get grounded, I had to start staying away from that. I had to get myself completely away from that. And even if I'm not doing work, I want to be resting my brain, or dealing with my family or my kids or my mother and father, something like that. I spend a lot of time going to visit my parents, because I help out a lot around the house and stuff like that with my dad. So just staying grounded is uh, staying in the Word of God, um, and just letting God give me the gift to um, strengthen myself. So that's just staying grounded like that.
Donald?
That's what's up. Yeah, yeah. I'm like that because I'm a spiritual person as well. You stay grounded in His Word, man. He'll guide you through. It's a saying that my spiritual mentor said. If you take care of God's business, He'll take care of yours. So, just being around positive energy people, man, because we're actually walking vibration. So if you're connected with somebody vibration and it's high, man, just stay connected with them. Just stay connected with them, and that's what I do. You mentioned my guy Bob Proctor. I'm actually going through his course now. It's the science of getting rich,
Yeah.
and where he shared, man, a paradigm shift, man, is so important. And when you shift that, man, you can do anything, man. He make it so to where it's just like, man, I should have been doing this. He just make it so easy. Like, man, that's all I
Right.
had to do was just shift my mindset, and man, everything else is like game on, man. Everything your life can literally change around, do a whole 380. I mean, a 180. You know what I'm saying? So if you do it right, if you do it
Right.
right and
And
be consistent,
paradigm, break
man,
that. I can break down paradigm
man,
shift, but I'd rather for you to break it down since you brought it up. So
man,
people can understand. I understand paradigm shift, but I know there's a lot of people out there that don't understand it. So I always like to break things down so people
yeah.
can understand what we're talking about.
Yeah, for my uh, what I got out of paradigm shift is, switch it from, let's just say, switch your mind from corporate to entrepreneur to business wise. If you see things different, you could, two people can look at one situation, one can see it this way, the other can see it this way, and just changing it, just changing it. What you used to do, man, speak affirmation, just speak more positive. The more you get into your conscious, the more you speak consciously, get into your subconscious, man, and then you can weigh out all that negative. The more positive you're putting on, the more the negative got to come out. And it's just a habit, create a new habit.
That
To
part,
me,
and
yeah,
that's the deeper part. That's the part that I really want you to go into. When a paradigm is a group of habits that you've acquired over
hmm
time that is now stuck in your mindset, in your subconscious,
man,
because now you've actually gave your brain laws and rules to
Mm-hmm.
actually follow for your life. So once you get into this cycle of, I call it Groundhog Day. If you feel like
Okay.
you're repeating the same type of relationships with people, if you are having the same issues at the job, if you're just having these issues and it's like following you, that is because it's part of your paradigm.
Mm-hmm.
That has nothing to do with everybody else's fault. It's your paradigm because you already gave your brain laws and rules to follow. And it comes into this cluster of information like SOPs for your brain, and your brain is
Mm-hmm.
going to follow these rules until
Mm-hmm.
you go back in and change them. And a habit has three parts. You have a trigger, you have behavior, you have the reward. So if you don't like your results in your life, those are the rewards. If you don't like the results in your life, you can't change the trigger, but you can identify the trigger. However,
Okay.
you can change the behavior which happens after the trigger. You have to be mindful enough, like Michael
Mm-hmm.
said earlier, and also aware, self awareness, personal development. All these things help you, but you have to be aware enough to identify, oh, somebody just said cocktail. I used to be an alcoholic and that just triggered something in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm feeling this emotion because there was a chemical release in my neurons in my brain that is making me feel a certain
Yeah.
way. You do
Mm-hmm.
not have to act on those emotions. What you do have to do is recognize that you're having that emotion. And instead of saying, oh, you know what, I want to drink. No, you know what? I'm thinking about a cocktail or I want to drink. You know what? I actually want to go in here and look up some information. I want to go do some research. You change the behavior, and
Yeah.
that's how you change your paradigm. Your
Mm-hmm.
paradigms, you can't like just magically make them go away to affirmations. You
Mm-hmm.
have to understand what triggers those old habits and thoughts and behaviors and then change the behavior once you recognize the trigger so your results in your life can change. You will
Yeah.
never change the results in your life if you're not paying attention and aware of what triggers you to do the things that you're doing that is drawing the same situation to you over and over and over and over. If you
Yeah.
ever find yourself in that Groundhog Day moment, you need to do some work on yourself. You just straight up, you need to do some work on yourself and get closer to yourself because you're not being aware of yourself. And I tell people, I know you think you know who you are, but you don't know who you are. Because if your results are not there where you want them to be, it's because you don't know who you are. You're
Mm-hmm.
still doing things that everybody else had put into your life and into your mainframe. This is your mainframe. Those things that you've acquired through people around you. Oh, your ex-husband loved golf. Now you love golf and have this desire to go out and golf, even though that was something you never even cared about. But because you loved him, you picked up his habits, and now that those habits become your habits, even though you don't even want to do it. And you
Mm-hmm.
have to see that. You have to recognize that. You have to say, you know what? And like Donald said, you got to change it. Let me step back. Let me change. Let
Mm-hmm.
me shift. I call it reflection and it's called an observation. When you start observing yourself from outside of yourself, which is
Mm-hmm.
why I say do the mirror work. It helps you to learn to be an observer of yourself. You can look at your facial expressions, your body movements, your eye movements, how you're speaking, and you can love on yourself because it goes deep into your subconscious, and that's exactly how you reprogram your brain. Mirror work helps reprogram your mindset and helps
Mm-hmm.
you build better habits and things for your life so you can be more successful and have better results. It's all about the results. If the results
Yeah.
are not right, it has nothing to do with everybody around you. It has everything to do with you.
Yeah.
Michael, I want you to go ahead and give us, we're going to wrap it up. Let everybody know how they can find you. Give us your last words and last piece of advice for the audience out there to improve and better and uplift their life.
Cool, cool. Um, One of the things to improve yourself is to get God in your life. You have to have a someone to tell you what to do, and a lot of people feel like I don't have I don't need nobody to tell me what to do, but you still have to listen to something, and that gets a lot of us where we're not able to do business, and it gets us in a lot of trouble. So the thing is to follow that God in you, and He'll lead you. Just continue to pray and be around good people. If you want to find me on any social media, you can put up Michael Elliott, two L's, two T's, or you could put in the vague ringtone, and that's VEG Vegas. So it's a acronym for Vegas. So it's VEG ringtone. You can find me on LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and probably a few other things too. YouTube channel. But yeah, so it's social media is great. But I was happy to be here. I'm glad to be here with you, Donald. I mean, we see each other on Facebook and things
Yeah,
like that.
absolutely.
Let's see here,
Yeah.
and yeah. I'm gonna talk to you too about some insurance on some other stuff too.
Okay,
Uh,
awesome. Awesome.
on when we get a chance to. And Desiree, this is great. The platform was good. I
Yeah.
like it. I think it's great. And to everybody that's listening, just check me out and see what I'm doing, and also see what Donald's doing, and Desiree.
Yes, thank you
Absolutely.
so much.
Absolutely.
Donna, go ahead and take us out.
Man, everything that Michael Elliott said. No.
I
But
love it, man.
yeah,
Listen, Donald,
yeah.
inbox me your phone number too when we done.
Okay. I got you. I got you. So for me, man, like I said, I'm excited to be here. Another thing to getting out your comfort zone is to be on everybody podcast, man. Another everybody platform to get your message out there. And I think how we connected, Desiree, was because I made a post, and a lot of people was. I got a couple of negative, I got a couple of positive. What you were speaking on, I was like, I'm just asking. I just wanted to get people thinking, And that I think I shared the post. It was. Did you want me to show you how you can be your own beneficiary of your own life insurance policy? Something like that. And
Yeah.
just to get people thinking, and you sent the message, man. I thank you for reaching out. Love your platform. Love to come back. But how you can reach me, like you said, I'm on all social medias, LinkedIn, Facebook. Uh, I ain't on TikTok yet, but Instagram, them the main platforms. If you just want to call, you can reach my business line at 702-427-0481. Again, 702-427-0481. And like I said, I'm grateful. Reach out to Elliot. Definitely reach out to Desiree. I know a lot of business owners that I'm connected with. If they need to be an interview with you, definitely connect you with them.
One more time, phone number.
702 702 427 0481. And if anybody that's looking or interested or just want to know about life insurance, definitely reach out to me. I can definitely do, a free consultation with you, as well as if
I know that his laptop was about to die. So anyway, he did give his information, so it was perfect timing. I did reach out. I he kind of gave up one of my little trade secrets. I do probe and go through Facebook. And I usually when I'm on there, it's not just to have fun on it. I'm actually on there looking for and identifying what people can bring to the table on this platform. Also connecting people like Michael and Donald. They already know each other on Facebook. I didn't know that. It's just something that happened. So that was really cool and dope. I have never actually physically met either one of them, but when I see a story or something that you're posting or something you're putting on there and it moves me, I'm moving towards you. And I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask that question. Hey, I've even had influencers where I've even approached them. I don't care. You can give me a no, but I'm going to expect a yes. So I don't even care if I feel like you're outside my boundaries, I'm still going to approach you. I don't care about what you do or who you are. And they said, well, how much are you paying me? I don't have any budget for that. Well, I can't do it. Thank you for your time. Because for me, I don't care how big I get. I still will need to make time for people who's out there pushing and if I do research and if I have to go out there research and do things that's pushing because I totally believe in going backwards to people who are coming up and pulling them up if they're worth my time to pull up because everybody is not worth your time. There are people out there who want to fake it to make it and I hate that statement. I don't fake it to make it. I research it and learn it. I learn it to earn it. You learn what you need to earn your way in this life. Like learn it to earn it. Don't fake it to make it. That is like so backwards to me. Learn it. Go get the information. Read, research, meet people. I've learned a lot from Michael and from Donald, and I love it. And I would love for us to just move forward because I have events in my mind that I'm actually putting together with a partner of mine, a potential partner, a future partner of mine, amazing guy, was on the show like about a month and a half ago, Pythagoras Metatron. He's working with me, and we've been sticking together. We've been staying together even after the show. So I'm even making connections. This is a way to network. This is a way to communicate with people. It's a way to help people get their information out there, because that's a collaboration. They're using my platforms, and I'm opening up my platforms for them, so we can all eat, because I don't eat alone. You can
Absolutely.
always catch me on my personal page. You can also catch my business, blank underscore tag underscore, on Facebook, or even on Instagram. I do need to get more consistent with Instagram, because mainly I'm Facebooking, but I need to get more consistent on Instagram. You can also find me on TikTok at blank tag. You can also email me at DesireeWilliams@blanktag.org. You can website www.blanktag.shop. And yes, it's all blank tag. So pull me up, look me up. It's a registered trademark. Don't try to steal the name. It is mine, and I will come. I'm protective about my name, because this name goes a long way. If you can't define your worth and understand your worth and articulate your worth, what is your worth? If you don't know what that is, you can't go out there and be worth anything. Blank tag.
They say be a hero, not a zero.
Yes, yes, and that's what that's about. So thank you all so much. Thank you, Michael, for gracing me with your presence and information on this show today. I'll reach out to Donald to thank him. I know his stuff died,
Yeah,
but
Donald, thank you very much. And I am one of the guys that do charge for this kind of stuff, but I know what it means and what it's worth right now, so it wasn't about that.
and I did bring that up because I did ask Michael, and he still made his presence here. And I appreciate that greatly, because it's nothing without a collaboration. You cannot do nothing by yourself. You have to have collaborators. You got to have people who have a big enough heart and have a deeper understanding in their mindset and their journey, that they can still reach back out and pull you up too. So everybody, thank you so much. Thank you, Michael. And we'll catch you next week, next Thursday, and next Saturday. And just FYI, next Thursday is the last Thursday I'll do a podcast until September. I have to have surgery on my shoulder, so I'm kind of minimizing what I need to do, but I'm never going to stop. Till next time, we'll see you then. Bye.